Good morning, everybody. My name is Christopher Lefholtz. I am the Vice President of Development here at GitLab, and this is the GitLab Development Group conversation. As always, we have a prep video and slides associated with this, which we will not go over in this. I do have one or two FYIs, I should say, that I just want to make sure folks are aware. One is I'm having internet issues. If I freeze all of a sudden, that may be because of those internet issues. So just an FYI there. And then the second one is I was just actually commenting to somebody about this, and I wanted to celebrate this. Not only did we have good financial results on Monday, but I want to also highlight the fact that we've had lots of good development results within the team itself, and kind of want to thank everybody for their hard work there associated with it. I could start listing off a ton of things that are exciting that are currently going on. I feel like I would leave somebody out, and I don't want to do that. But I think that we should all kind of recognize that there's actually been a lot of good things going on within the organization. Yes, we have some challenges, and that's usually where we focus. So it's always good to remember. But when I start looking at both KPIs, ARR drivers that we're working towards, rollouts of functionality to basically improve our reliability, availability, and security, all those things, I've seen a lot of successes here. And I just want to kind of pause and kind of thank everybody for the hard work associated with that, because I feel it's been really helped the company move forward, as well as been exciting technically and interesting challenges for people, and just a general overall experience. So thank you for that. And with that, I will hand it over to questions. And Amanda, you're typing in one. Do you want to verbalize it, or do you want to finish typing first?
Yeah, no, sure, I can type after. So it's something I've been thinking about when working with my engineering team in my group. We've been having a lot of opportunities for kind of non-code related work, sharing knowledge, improving docs, things like this. And I'm wondering, how can we continue to encourage and ensure dev teams can contribute in this way without feeling penalized, since they're measured on like the number of MRs that they're submitting?
Yeah, can you go a little bit more into like what those conversations consist of, and maybe artifacts that come out of those discussions?
Yeah, so we're really trying to create a lot of like YouTube videos on how to use our tools, like which tool to pick, things like this. So we're trying to create a catalog of different format of learning, so it's not all necessarily merges on docs. We will merge to the handbook links to this stuff. But a single video might take an engineer a couple of days to produce, and like one MR to merge it, and doesn't really adequately reflect the work effort that they put in. Another thing that we've been doing is like attending other groups sync sessions to do a walkthrough of what we do. And then another thing is like hosting office hours for people to come and ask questions. And so it's a significant time commitment from the engineering team that doesn't get represented in like MRs.
Yeah, so good question. Some of this hopefully is built in, and like we've been doing it along the way. But like to your point, like what happens when you add new things and you don't take away? How do you basically compress that time associated with it? On the one MR for a couple of days right now, if I was going to characterize our work month as a 20-day work month, which we do have some work months that are 19, particularly with Friends and Family Day and people starting to take vacations. We're seeing that actually get higher in general, but like most months you look at, we're between 19 and 22 days of work days associated with it. So, if we're looking for a goal of 10 MRs a month, on average, and not necessarily every individual, then like, in some ways, if it takes 2 days to get a single MR done, that's actually not out of the realm of possibility. Our average is actually lower than that. So from that perspective, you could argue that if that's really what's happening in these situations, it's okay from a rate perspective, or at least it shouldn't be considered like, if anything, if they did 20 videos or 10 videos, and if they did them in a month and they had an MR for each one, they'd actually be, again, we don't measure individuals, but like as a team, like that would be kind of the consideration there. I think though, to your point, these are time consuming efforts, and like some of like MRs take anywhere from, 20 minutes to 2 years, right? So like, that's the other part of this is like, not everything is kind of equivalent. So, one thing I would think about in these particular situations is like, if we're doing these things consistently, much like we do MR rate, I'd look at the efficiency as associated with it. So like, how are we making it so that it's easier for people to produce? So if it's taking 2 days, but what the individual's doing is spending a lot of time editing, is that really effective use of time? Or should we be, looking for, I hate to say lower quality, but that is one of our, it's not a top level value, but like shamelessness is a value of ours. We just put up content. Like as an example, I used to, in the previous video, I used to do 2 or 3 stints because I stutter. I say those kinds of things. And as soon as I catch myself doing it, I pause and I lose it, and then I can't get back to it, right? And I realized after the fact is I'm just going to leave those in. Like, I'm just going to go through this. It's one take and you get what you get. And that's, me being shameless about, you get the quality that you get for that. But that's the intent. That is the intent there is like, I don't want to necessarily have to spend an extra 2 hours trying to make sure that I talk coherently for this, or at least if that's what I need for this forum, then that's a different discussion we need to have, right? Is that so? That would kind of be my at least initial feedback on it. But like, I'd love to dig in more offline and like, how do we view that? How do we consider that? How much time is that taking? And that's kind of where the again, like thinking about the efficiencies there associated with it.
That's really helpful. Thanks, Christopher.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. No other questions so far, which I always, whenever I say this, it ends up we take the full 25 minutes, but it'll be the shortest group conversation ever. I'm happy to see Steve on the call, which either means Steve Lloyd on the call, which either means we didn't have a stand up this morning, which would be our 3rd day in a row of not having a stand up due to incidents, or they finished quickly. Which was it, Steve?
Unfortunately, it was that we finished quickly. We do have an active S2 incident right now, and so we covered that one relatively quick, mainly because it's still active. But it has been a good run, and reliability has certainly been improved quite a bit through so many of the efforts from development. So really appreciate all the reliability work over kind of forever, but certainly how things have improved, and we've changed process over the past few quarters. So thanks everyone for that.
Cool. Just giving it that GitLab dramatic dead pause to see if there's any other questions that folks have. All right. Looks like we don't have any other questions. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out so we can all get some time back. And thanks everybody. Have a great day.